Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Today we need to talk about Jungkook and his recent interaction with the fan at a jazz festival and what happened at that festival. There's a lot of speculation here and we have some theories about why. I also wanted to talk about Jungkook addressing so much during his recent live stream, but before we do have a sponsor for today's video, so let's roll that clip. Today's video is once again sponsored by Raycon. Raycon is the place to go for inexpensive but expensive quality audio products, and one of my favorite is the earbuds. These are named the best premium earbuds on the market and are very affordable. Raycon is literally half the price of the other premium earbuds on the market. Raycon earbuds have new optimized gel tips that are comfortable and will not budge in your ear. It fits in a noise isolating way also. The battery life is 32 hours if you just leave it there, and it's 8 full hours of playtime. And actually a super cool feature is if you forget your earbuds in your pocket and wash it, they're actually waterproof. I don't recommend doing that all the time, but if you forget every now and then, you're okay. I use Raycon all the time to listen to my K-pop podcast or at meetings. These are great because the new earbuds also have a built-in mic. They also have a pretty good distance for Bluetooth, so you can leave your phone or your laptop and be able to walk decently far and still have audio. Now, if you're not happy, you can return it and it's free shipping to and from. And if you go to buyraycon.com/DaveDesai or use the link down below in the description, you can get 15% off your Raycon purchase. Please make sure you check out that link and thank them for sponsoring today's video. So I wanted to get into what happened at a jazz festival, and then I want to get into what Jungkook's reaction or what he said about the festival. So this is kind of like all one tea today. Jungkook, if you aren't aware, a few days before anything related to the BTS Proof comeback had dropped, Jungkook decided to take some time to himself to attend a jazz music festival. This might have been right before the White House visit, but I am not entirely sure about the timeline because the photos of the festival came out after Jungkook had flown out to New York or whatever. But clearly he didn't attend anything in New York or didn't post any events there. But then people were saying that the jazz music festival was in Seoul, so this could be right before he flew out. I was definitely surprised that Taeyang wasn't with Jungkook, or at least there was no reports of that, as Taeyang would enjoy a nice music festival as well. I was hoping to get more cute Taeyang and Jungkook moments, which you can watch me react to on my Patreon, link below if you're interested. There was a lot of ARMYs that were super excited about this idea that Jungkook went to a festival. They knew that the next coming months was going to be super busy, and glad that Jungkook was taking this time to himself. They are definitely in an interesting position. There's theories saying that if you've done something for either 10,000 hours or 10 years, you're officially considered a professional in that field. Meaning whatever happens and whatever is thrown your way in that industry, you will know exactly what to do. And BTS likely had hit 10,000 hours as a trainee, maybe even, because they spent a lot of time rehearsing. So while a lot of idols would spend their time leading up to the comeback strictly in the rehearsal room, BTS doesn't have to do that, as they obviously know most of the choreography in the Proof album, but the new ones probably took them no time at all to learn. So they have more time to rest now. An ARMY came out and posted something on her story that went viral. This ARMY was apparently sitting in the back of the jazz festival and just enjoying the music. And she noticed that someone was singing behind her and thought, oh wow, this person has a beautiful voice. Later, when she turned around to see the beautiful voice, she thought it was Jungkook. She asked her friend if Jungkook had a lip piercing, and the answer was yes. It can definitely be difficult to sometimes recognize a celebrity. You either think that's weird, they can't be here, that's probably not them, or they're dressed down so you don't know. But Jungkook's finger tattoos are out, lip piercing and or sang beautifully, so that is likely him. Apparently a couple other people also went up to Jungkook that day, but not too many. But we will get into that later. The ARMY asked for an autograph, and she and her friend took a photo of Jungkook signing. She was very kind as to not post Jungkook's face or anything like that, as some idols are not comfortable showing their face when they don't have makeup on. But it was obviously Jungkook, judging by the tattoos. Jungkook was apparently very kind and even greeted the ARMY in her language and was just very happy to sign and interact. This was all fine and dandy and nothing was an issue here. But people broke down this photo and it became kind of an issue when they were thinking who Jungkook was with. And at this point, only that ARMY or any festival goer would be able to tell you. But in the corner of the photo that the ARMY took of Jungkook signing, you saw a picnic blanket and what appeared to be female jeans. And the rumor of the fact that it looked like a picnic further made people think that he was on a date with someone, which would also explain why the other other members weren't with him. But this is a silly rumor, and first of all, we don't know if he was having a picnic. Events like Coachella or any sort of festival are usually all standing. So it's a big open field with a stage built there, and you can stand in the crowd or you can sit on the grass. Most people who are closer to the stage would opt for standing, but if you prefer to sit in the shade and sit further away, which is fine because you can still hear the music, you might opt for sitting in the back by the trees or whatever. And of course, if you want to have a nice sitting area and eat and all that, you might bring a blanket. Jungkook's clothes cost more than my life. Why get grass stains on them? It's just a very common practice among festivals that doesn't mean picnic or date. It means he went to a festival with someone. Other people were trying to say or make this rumor happen and say that Jungkook doing romantic things or whatever to push away the rumors involving V and Jennie and say things like, if you're going to attack V and Jennie for dating, then attack Jungkook too. But there's no evidence of Jungkook dating. Also, this idea that there has to be hate and so give the hate to someone else. People keep trying to either have Jennie take all the hate, have V take all of it, or give it to the other members. How about as a fandom, just don't send hate? Like, no hate to anyone, because the hate is over dating. If you say things like, I don't have a problem with them dating, but stop dating because it ruins their reputation, then you have a problem with dating. Because for example, if you said having a phone is fine, but it's just ruining your reputation, you have a problem with having a phone. Dating and having a phone is like the same thing to me. Everyone dates and everyone has a phone, and it's both not even a thing that's good or bad, it's just a thing that exists. If you're mentioning this as, oh my god, this is a big deal, or are angry that the people are talking about it, deep down, you have a problem with it. Fix that. That perpetuates the hate in the fandom. If everyone acts like it's normal and stops saying scandal, then it will be normalized. I think Jungkook was at the festival by himself, or at most was with his childhood friends. I don't think it was a date. I also doubt people wouldn't take a clear picture if he was. Like the thousands of people there, they were so good at keeping a secret. That would be cool though. Jungkook recently after this went on Vlive to discuss the events and kind of answer some questions ARMYs brought up. The music festival, and Jungkook acknowledged the ARMY who asked for a signature. He said that she wrote such nice things about him and was so happy to meet her. And then he said something I think was a bit interesting. The ARMY who posted the photo also wrote in her message that she was scared or maybe anxious to go up to him while he was enjoying his time off, to not want to bother him. They get so few moments to be normal, so ARMYs always have this concern. It was mainly pushed by the label, but BTS was so looking forward to having in-person concerts because they want to meet you. Jungkook confirmed this during his Vlive to say that he has no problem with people saying hi and all that. It's just the company that has an issue with that, which is interesting. I do think that's why Jungkook just gave a signature rather than a photo. He might have said, oh, I can't take a photo, but I can sign. So that's why we don't see his face. I didn't consider this until right now. That can likely be true. Labels want to make sure every photo that exists in the world with the idol is curated and on brand. They don't want quote unquote bad photos existing if they can help it. There's likely derpy photos of the boys that exist when ARMYs take photos during concerts and it's in mid-motion or something, but this is also why Big Hit or Hive said that they wanted to ban fan cams or something. But it's good to know if you see Jungkook in public, don't be scared to say hi. He wants to hear from you. It's also been a very strange long few years of BTS not being able to interact with their favorite people. Go say hi, have a conversation. He has basically given you permission. Don't touch him though. But what do you think? Do you think Jungkook was at a picnic at the festival with a spicy woman or man? And if you do, why do you think that? I actually do hope he found someone nice to share dates with, and it would be a beautiful thing if the majority of ARMYs there were able to keep this secret for him. But for now, I'm going to go with him being alone. And also, what do you think about getting a picture or saying hi to Jungkook? Do you or would you feel more comfortable doing so now? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Think is this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.